So chapter 16 and 17 are the last two chapters that we have to cover. 16 is very short. It's on transaction processing, which is automatically built into T-SQL, but you will be learning how to incorporate the SQL version of try and catch into your code, so that if there is a problem, it will be handled and your code won't stop executing. Okay, so chapter 16 is short. Chapter 17 deals with database security. And a lot of what we're going to cover is how to add users and grant them permission to do different types of updates in your database. We also have the term project showcase to finish up. So there is kind of a lot this week, but I don't think it'll take you all that much time. As I mentioned, chapter 16 is short and the textbook assignment is also short. It's one task with 3 different exercises. And so you will notice that we do incorporate try and catch in here. Okay, so you can see not a whole lot to do in this textbook assignment, but it does give you a little taste of how you can customize the way that commits work for transaction processing in SQL. Then we have chapter 17, which deals with database security. So we get into the difference between authentication and authorization. And we talk about the different ways that you can authenticate using SQL Server. And then we actually create some users and give them authorization to do different things within a test database. So this gives you background on database security, and the textbook assignment is where you're actually going to be creating users and practicing what is covered in the textbook chapter and in the lecture demo. So going through chapter 17 is the textbook assignment is really important because it will help you understand all of those security concepts that you're reading about. It's kind of hard to understand and remember them unless you work with it. So you are going to be creating users and you're going to be assigning passwords to them. You will be actually creating schemas. So we're going to be using different schemas besides DBO. And you'll be basically moving some tables into different schemas, and then that will allow you to grant users permission to update or delete or an insert based on the schema. So this is going to clarify a lot of that information that's in chapter 17. And by the time you get done with the textbook exercise, I think you will understand everything a lot better. It is important that you are familiar with transaction processing in chapter 16 and database security in chapter 17, because there are questions on the certification exam from both of those areas. The quiz covers chapters 15, 16, and 17. It is set up like our other quizzes, so the questions mimic the types of questions you are going to see on the certification exam itself. And then we get into the term project showcase. This showcase is due on the 30th, 11:59 p.m. You're going to take your slideshow that you created weeks ago that you used for our previous showcase, and you are going to add slides to it. So you will be adding these slides, one on summary queries, one on views, one on stored procedures, another on functions, one on triggers, and then you're going to do a little reflective slide where you indicate what went well, anything you had problems with, what you learned, and anything you would like in future releases. So for the summary queries, the views, stored procedures, functions, for all of these, you need to pick 2, okay, and include 2 on the slides and kind of describe what they do. So screenshot of the code, little description of what it does. Once you add these slides to your slideshow, then you are going to convert it into an MP4, and you are going to take the MP4 and you're going to put it into the discussion forum. And that needs to be done by the 30th. Then, up until December 7th, your classmates are going to review the different presentations and post a little response. Okay, reviewing classmates' projects and posting responses were 20 points. Adding to your slideshow, adding all of the required slides and converting it into an MP4, that is worth 80 points. Okay, and that is what you need to do this week. So this week is the week of Thanksgiving. If you run into problems or if you have questions, please ask. And have a great week and a happy Thanksgiving.